Hi everyone, welcome to this pre-hack webinar for Hack the Sauna Experience, Healing with Heat 2.0. We are very happy to have you with us. We are going to take you on a smooth ride through what this hackathon is about, how to register to the hackathon, how to take part into the hackathon. We have with us our organizing partners in the person of Harvia with Päivi and Paras, and they are going to tell you everything about the challenge and Harvia and what you need to know. So that will be the challenge presentation item of our agenda. And then our second main challenge, our second main agenda item, is the practicalities. So timeline, how to find your dream team, what should be a winning team, some next steps reminders on how the process will go down, and then finally we have time for Q&A questions about the challenge that you can ask to the organizing partners, practical questions that you can ask to me and your host, and then we'll have some time for some networking. So if you're looking for a team, if you're looking for an ID, you guys can introduce yourselves to one another and trying to find a match, a pair, get something sparking, and participate together in the hackathon at the end of the day. Okay, so I'm gonna let the word to Päivi, and she's gonna introduce you to Harvia Sauna Spa.
Okay, so hello everyone. So my name is Päivi. And next to me, I have here Paras, and we are actually sitting here in a meeting room in Muurame, in the central part of Finland, where Harvia is having its headquarters. And yeah, really excited about this webinar. I have been eagerly waiting for this one and to meet with the people who are sharing the same interest in the future of sauna and the future of like wellness sauna and what all it could be in the future. And I'm personally very strong believer in open innovation, so I get really excited about this kind of projects where we get to exchange ideas and work on concepts and new ideas. So we have been thinking that I will first present a little bit the Harvia as a company, and then Paras will present the challenge itself. So you can untake the next slide, but before that one, so a quick introduction to us here at Harvia side. So I'm heading innovation and marketing at Harvia Group, so responsible for the communications, market campaigns, promotion, offering and innovation. And then Paras is then heading the R&D team and also looking after the innovation initiatives. And we have in total, we counted that more than 30 years of experience from different industries and in product management, new business development and innovation. And we have been working in the telecom industry and food industry and IT security industry and whatnot, and are quite fresh Harvia people, but really excited about this wellness opportunity and the whole space of sauna and spa. And so about Harvia Group, so we are a global market leader in this space and offering our solutions for both professionals, meaning like hotels and gyms, spas, and then like consumers, delivering solutions to private homes. And we are a publicly exchanged company with revenue of more than 100 million and growing fast. And now more than 800 employees all over the world. And we have operations in addition to Finland, also in the US, in several locations in Europe and then in China. 70-year-old company, very international, delivering our products to more than 80 different countries, and 80% of our revenue is coming outside Finland. And our kind of roots are in the more on the stove and heater market products, but nowadays we are kind of offering also complete solutions from saunas to heaters and control units, infrared and steam and spa and accessories. Yeah, you name it, but everything like a one-stop shop for sauna and spa, like we say. And on the next page, so we see that we are catering all different sauna types. So the traditional Finnish sauna, infrared saunas, and steam and spa. And so we see a lot of opportunities in all of these sauna categories, and to some extent this can also be like a hybrid sauna. So you can also combine, for example, traditional sauna with infrared, where we see increased demand for. And our roots are in Finland, but we know that we have our own sauna culture here in Finland and in the neighbor countries, but we also want to respect all other sauna cultures in the world and try to find solutions and create solutions for all the different cultures. Sustainability is one of our key values and a core element in our strategy, and I just wanted to highlight that also in the context of this hackathon, that when we are thinking about the future wellness sauna, so let's also take into account the materials that we use, and so that it's designed so that it's safe to use and it's something that is long lasting, and maybe if you can find out how to optimize the energy consumption, etc. So all of that is of course a big plus. So our purpose why Harvia exists is that we want to heal with heat. So sauna and spa, they are, and the heat is having many scientifically proven health benefits, and our mission is to share these relaxing healing effects of sauna with the world. So provide these relaxing moments and natural well-being. And on the next page we can see one list of the health benefits of sauna. So sauna has many health benefits, and there are like more than 500 different scientific publications around the health benefits. But here you can see some examples of these benefits, but it's all. There are different ways how the heat impacts. So there are also these heat shock proteins and all that, but also that it makes your heart rate higher, and that makes the blood circle faster, and that of course has positive impact on the heart health and also the brain health, and also implications to the memory and sleep and stress relief, and of course the beauty and the skin conditions are also something to be considered. And one thing that we are also very excited about is that there are studies that show that if you go to sauna like 3 times per week and spend there like 15 to 20 minutes, it actually can help you to live longer, and that is, I think, is a very, very inspiring and unique value proposition that a company can make. So it really, we are living the healing with heat promise that we are making. So now we come to the hack, which is very, very closely linked to our purpose and mission.
Yeah, thanks, Päivi, and hi everyone. A very warm welcome from my side as well. My name is Päivi Chopra, and as Päivi mentioned, I'm heading the R&D here at Harvia. So I won't take too much time and would rather leave some time for hopefully Q&As at the end of it, where hopefully you have gone through the hackathon description, what we have planned for you guys, and let's have some nice discussion. But just to kind of give a bit of a summary as to what we are looking for here. So we had posed 2 challenges out there for the teams to think about and to look into. I mean, you can think of these as two separate projects, two separate challenges, or combine them as you wish. That's completely up to the teams how creative you want to be. But the idea with these being, I mean, if you look at the first one, this multi-sensory experience, kind of the idea with that being, I mean, how can we take sauna from where it is today? And when I say sauna, so that covers the entire spectrum of what Päivi showed earlier, you know, the traditional one, the infrared one, or the hybrid, or the steam and spa. So I'm combining all these under the word sauna here. Is that how can we take it from where it is today to somewhere in the future where basically it appeals to all your senses? You know, some kind of element for the visual part, the audio part, the feel, touch, smell, taste, anything you can think about. So to revive basically and recuperate, regenerate all the senses. So that is what we define kind of what we mean by this multi-sensory experience. And the next couple of things, what we have put there is, I mean, if we look at various industries out there, you know, there's been a lot of evolution, a lot of innovations happening outside. But sauna or spa as an industry, that has not changed much over the last years. Yes, there have been new heaters and new designs, new interiors, etc. But if we think about all the technical possibilities that are out there, so how can we bring some of those from outside to the sauna world, to the world of sauna? And that's what I mean here by this smart solution with hidden technology or potential integration of different things. That how can we make sauna from where it is today into a smart solution, but at the same time keeping in mind that it's a kind of a sanctuary. It's a place where you go to relax, to recover. So rather than kind of get bogged down by all the technical elements or the technologies that can be put in there, something, you know, which is hidden, something smart, something very easy for the user to use, but kind of keeping in mind at the same time that this is a place where you ultimately go to relax. So that's kind of the part of the first one, this multi-sensory one. And then when we talk about wellness, again, it's like I said, so you can think of both these challenges in one, but just to kind of spell it out a bit better. So wellness is thinking from both or actually three different angles. So wellness for your body, for your mind, and for your soul. So what can we do to provide a holistic, a total wellness experience for the users out there? And, you know, once you kind of start working on this project and start to take a deeper dive into what this means, you'll see there are a lot of things that can be done. And like Päivi showed earlier in one of her slides, when we talk about sauna benefits, there's something that helps with your heart rate, something with the sleep, something with your beauty, something with other things. It's like, how can we take it to the next level where user can actually customize the sauna experience? That, as an example, that, hey, today I did a lot of workout, heavy workout. So I need a sauna experience that will help me relax my muscles. Other option could be the user had a hard day at work, tough day at work, or whatever, mentally the user is stressed out. So rather than kind of looking for a way to relax muscles, it's more for mental relaxation. So could there be a different settings that can be done to provide more of a mental relaxation rather than anything else? So, you know, so think from that perspective, that how can we cater the sauna experience to the needs of the individual users? So rather than it's kind of a one size fits all, how can we customize it as per the user needs and requirements? And at the end of the day, sorry, and just one one more thing from the previous slide. At the end of the day, one key thing that we are looking from this, from both these challenges or combined, or the combination of two, is something that you can quantify, something you can measure. Yeah, there's a lot of study and research done on the benefits of sauna, and a lot of that is already proven. But something that we can still take it to the next level. So we know from all the scientific studies and research that sauna helps you sleep better. But how can we actually quantify it and show it to the user that, okay, you went to the sauna for like 3 days this week on 30 minutes on average, or 15 minutes. And when you were not doing sauna, this was your sleep pattern, so many hours of deep sleep, so many hours of REM, and so on. But now, because you did sauna for 3 days, 4 days, this is the improvements that you see in the pattern. So as an example to kind of, align your thinking when you start thinking more about this project. Right. In terms of the deliverables, what we are expecting from this hackathon is the 2 boxes in the green. So these are kind of must-have deliverables that we would like to see. So one is a very detailed and clear concept description as to what you are planning to do. So so addressing the what, why, and how thing. So what are you planning to do? Why you think that is a valuable thing or a sensible thing to do, and how it can be done. And then the how part leads into the box in the middle is like, okay, how do we actually productize and potentially even commercialize the solution that you have come up with? What kind of technology choices do we need to make? What kind of technical elements do we need to have in place? What sort of partnerships do we need to build? What are the big challenges that you see in materializing this concept? And again, one of the things to keep in mind here is, as a Harvia Group, we have a wide portfolio of products, but we are not, at least for this hackathon, we are not limiting. We don't want you to limit your thinking to only consider what we have in the portfolio today. So if you come up with a use case where some partnership would make sense, then please take all the freedom to figure out, how that third-party product or a solution can fit into this overall experience to come up with a solution that makes sense. And then the third box, the one on the extreme right, so that's more kind of a good to have, nice to have, depending on how much time you have and what kind of team actually you manage to put in place with the different backgrounds. Is that okay? What will it take to make this concept happen? So what kind of resources it will take in terms of whether it's cost or time or manpower? So what would it actually need? So I know we have only 2 days to work on this on this challenge. You can start already now. So didn't want to push too much pressure. But again, thinking from our side and from your side also, it's always good to take one step further to figure out that, okay, slides, they look good, but if you want to actually do this product, what will it take? And then the last one. So in terms of prices or what happens after this hackathon, so the price part, we have mentioned it very clearly on the website. So the winning team, they'll get up to 5,000, or they'll get 5,000 euros, either they can take that in cash or a voucher for 10,000 euros worth for Harvia products or Harvia Group products. For the 2 runners-up, there'll be a prize of 1,000 euro each. And the biggest of all, what we are eventually looking forward to is if the winning concept is something, which we see has a big potential to be actually commercial productized and then taken to market, then we would like to continue this partnership cooperation forward with the winning team to make that happen, actually. So they take the project out of the slides into the into the R&D work and take it to the market outside. And yeah, I think that was it about the introduction from our side. So now you have a little bit of overview of what Harvia as a company is, and hopefully you understand a bit better about what the challenge is about.
Yes, thanks a lot, Päivi and Paras, for this dive through Harvia and the challenge. Paras made some very good points about the fact that you can work on your project ideas before you are even selected or before the hackathon even starts. That's a big aspect of the hackathon we produce. We are looking for the best outcomes and not for the best competition. So even though we will take into account progress throughout competition, to be fair for teams that are just newbies and not companies or startups with products or services that already exist, we are looking for best outcomes. So if you want to start working, get on it. I'm gonna get to some technical parts about how you can join us on this hackathon. So in terms of timeline, so today is the 27th of October, and you have until the 5th of November to register, meaning to go to the website, and I'll show you how to do that in case you're a bit confused how to register, but you have until the 5th. On the 5th, we will take all the submissions, meaning all the project IDs, look into it, and we will select the best teams with the organizing partners. And that's when we enter the team selection phase. Will be around the 9th and 10th of November. We will send everyone a message whether you're selected or whether you're not. So we are full transparent. The selection criteria will be how relevant it is to the challenges that have been presented to you, how your description of your project is making us confident that you actually have a solid, innovative idea that you can pull out with the technical skills of your team members or the knowledge of your team members, not a technical solution. So that's how we're going to choose teams. All of the selected teams then have to have at least one representative, doesn't have to be the whole team, at least one representative to the meeting, the pre-hack meeting that we call Meet the Mentors on our hackathon to help you develop your project. And once again, to have the best outcome possible, we have mentors that are gonna challenge you and help you and support you in developing your solution and make it the most relevant possible to the challenge, the most innovative possible, and the most basic pleasing to Harvia's challenge. So you will get to meet them in advance of the hackathon on that meeting on the 12th of November. The point of the meeting is to get to know them, but most importantly is to get preliminary feedback on your project ID. So this way you have a couple of days to start working with that preliminary feedback. Maybe you were selected because you seem like you're a very competent team and you had a good idea. And then the mentors on Meet the Mentors, they challenge you and they make you realize that maybe you don't really know the users you're trying to address your service or product to. So maybe you need to do a bit more of like user research to make your product more relevant. And maybe you need to pivot or tweak your idea a bit. So you can already make all these nice first steps to come in the hackathon days on the 16th with a solid project ID and not something preliminary anymore. So please have one of your team members join us, get the preliminary feedback for your team and start a nice conversation, get to know the mentors. how to find your dream team if you're alone, wondering, you have an ID, you don't have an ID. So on the platform, I'm going to present to you soon after. You can register, and then once you're registered, you can see the list of all the participants that have registered. They have put a small description of themselves, and maybe they also have submitted an ID, and you can also read the description of their project ID. If you feel like you could help on that ID, if you feel like a profile fits your needs of your team, you can contact each other through the platform. We don't disclose your emails for GDPR reasons, but through the platform, you can send each other's emails without ever getting the actual address. So you can this way network your way into finding a team and get together on a project ID. So that's about how to find your team. But what makes a good team, right? So a good team for us, from the experience we have of hackathons, is at least 2 people. 3 is better as a minimum, and up to 5 members. So you can nicely split the work between yourselves and have different inputs and perspectives. It's very nice to have different inputs, so you're sure you cover everyone's needs, so you see the problem and the solution from every possible angle, so you don't have a blind spot, and therefore your solution is more relevant and more impactful. So try to find people that have a common interest in terms of project ID and solution, who have complementary skills. So maybe you need someone that knows about woodwork if you're working on a different shaped sauna, and someone that knows about smells and fragrance if you're thinking about making some sensory experience. So think about that, look at the descriptions of the other participants, what are their skills, what are their experiences and backgrounds, and find in their skills you don't have, but might very much enrich your project and your reflection on what kind of solution we could develop for the future of sauna. And include diversity in your team, because like we said, sauna is very much Finnish, but there are lots of different cultures of sauna. So if you have people coming from different cultures where they also use a form of sauna, a form of healing with heat, it's always nice to have one on your team. So you can also see the idea from a foreign perspective or a different sauna culture perspective and preferences. So that's how you make a winning team. I'm just going to let that slide there. I'm going to jump to the platform with you. I'm going to share it, and we are going to have a little fake walkthrough of how to register, submit your ID, find your team members, and all of that for the technical part on the platform. And then I'll come back here to that slide so we can have the Q&A and networking time. So don't move. I'm just changing screen. There we go. So to register to the hackathon, you need to go to ultrahack.org. Then you can scroll down and you can see the list of our hackathon. So we want Hack the Sauna Experience, info, and apply. From there, you can find again the description of the challenge. The dates have been reminding you of, like to meet the mentor. Today is the webinar, as you can see, we are full in. So you'll find all the information you need if you need a reminder. On the right-hand side, we will put there the video of this webinar. So if you don't want to read, or you remember some very good points from Paras and you want to listen to them again, then you can jump back into the video and listen to them. Then how to join. So to join, you go to the right-hand side of the page and you just follow the instructions. So first name, my first name is Anne, my last name is Delgoulet. I can put a picture. It's always nice to have a face. The city I live in is Helsinki. It's in Finland. I am a junior professional. And for the hack, the sauna experience, my input would probably be designer. I have designer background and business advisor. I have business degree. So that's how I could help my team come up with better and idea and nail it. Then you can choose which hackathon you're participating in. So we already know, Hack the Sauna Experience, but make sure you tick it. Then comes the personal introduction presentation. So I have experience in this and that, yada, yada, yada. Make it challenge relevant. So if you have experience in something that's probably never going to be useful in that context, you don't have to include it, but make sure to put first everything that will make other participants interested in your profile. I'm from Middle East and I'm super used to, for instance, the hammam culture. And I think we can come together with some people from Northern Europe to make a hybrid product or anything like that. Anything that is challenge relevant, make sure you put it forward in your personal description. Feel free to put your LinkedIn or a link to your CV so people can better see who you are, what you're good at, and network with you. Then you submit your registration, your participant. So now you're officially a participant. So the right-hand side is going to look a bit different. Now you cannot join anymore because you've joined already. What you can do now is enter a submission, meaning a project ID based on which you will form a team and get selected potentially into the hackathon. For that, put a project name, sensory experience, and then a short description. It will use essential oils. Make it as detailed as possible. Make us feel really what your idea is so we can picture it and really have a sense of what your guys are thinking about. So it improves your chances to be selected if you really blow our mind with a very great challenge ID. After that, all you have to do is submit your project ID. Oh, sorry. Once again, don't forget, you see, I forgot. Don't forget to click that you're participating in the Hack the Sauna Experience or you will block the submission. So then you submit. Once again, it changes the interface because now you're a registered participant and you have a project ID. So you come in the final moment of the hackathon, which is finding a team to back up your project. So you can go to your project that is here. We called it sensory experience, and you can add more details. Input there whatever feels relevant for your project ID to come through. And then on the last part of that details adding phase, you can add team members. So for your team members to be available in there, you need them to have already registered as individual participants. So if they have not registered, you're not going to be able to add them there. So make sure you tell your team members to go register or register them if you know their email, that's up to you guys to decide however you want to do it. But we need to have the list of your team members so we know who's participating. So there you can add team members. Once you're ready, you've updated and put more details, added a team member, you update. And we'll receive all the new information you've added. If we go back to the main page, you will have there buttons up where you have participants and submissions when you can go and look at everyone's profile and look at everyone's submissions and decide to join a group. So I'm going to go on a different hackathon page to show that to you. So you have a full vision of how it goes. So you have, let's see on the different page, participant list. And then you can decide to message the participants. Hey, I like your profile. I'm looking for someone that has the same experience. Do you want to join my team? Or you can check the submissions. Same thing. You can request to join the submissions and be like, hey, I really like the idea. Can I join? Here's my profile. Here's where I think I would be a great add-on to your team. And then you will send them a message and they'll answer. And you guys will figure it out. So that's it for all of this shenanigans around registering and partaking into the hackathon. Now we can move on to the Q&A. So if you have a question, you can use the little raise your hand button or just open your microphone and ask questions to whoever is relevant, if it's around the challenge and the outcomes and the expectations. Address your questions to Päivi and Paras, and if it's about technicalities, I'm here to help you out. Don't be shy. It's okay. You can open your microphone and ask a question. There's no dumb question. Everything is relevant. And if I went through some materials a bit too fast, it's okay for me to repeat. Just feel free to ask.
I don't actually have a specific question.
Mm-hmm.
But I wonder, what are your thoughts about this kind of remote format? Because usually several years ago with the on-site hackathons, there's a lot of spontaneous encounters and it's less kind of one way, right? Here you give a lecture, usually just people sitting there looking at their phones or something.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas if you're somewhere in a physical space, random things might happen.
It's true. So how it technically goes down on this online hackathon is that we use Zoom for everything that is live, all the moments of interaction with organizers like opening ceremony, mentoring sessions. And we also organize social time, so you guys get to know each other in between teams and not just within your team. And yeah, that's how we try to still have these human moments in there, and have some fun as well as working. Does that answer your question?
Can I also comment? I know that as you are right that in the hack. Hey, hi, this is Juhani from Ultrahack as well. So one of the organizers. So you are spot on that one reason why hackathons are successful, if they are successful, that there is interaction with mentors and so that you don't have to work on your own with your ideas, and that's what happens in physical hackathons, but that happens also in online hackathons. So we have organized now 30 sort of online hackathons with the same results as in our previous more than 100 physical hackathons, and that's why there are plenty of mentors from Harvia's side to support you also, so that there is interaction even if that happens online. So you don't have to worry about that, so that you would figure out on your own what to do. But there is there is a lot of interaction, and we make sure of that.
Yes. And we have mentors that will be available and assigned to your teams to come and have a chat with you and give you input, so you won't be secluded. We have a couple of questions in the chats that I'm just gonna read. So a question from Kate: do we need to be available the whole time on the 16th to the 18th of November if my team starts earlier? So very good question, Kate. There are a couple of mandatory presence moments in this online hackathon. It's mandatory to be present to what we call the checkpoints, which is when we are checking on how your team is doing, if you need support, and it's when we assign you mentors to help you in your development and come challenge you and support you. So these happen on the 16th in the evening, and on the 17th, one in the morning and one in the evening. So you need to take about 2 hours in your calendar from checkpoint time and 2 hours after. So you have you come to the mentoring checkpoint, then we assign you the mentors, and the mentors will probably come check on you within this 2 hour time period. So that's when it's very important for you to be here, because if we assign you mentors and you're not available, then it's a bit waste of time for both parties, and it's a bit of a mess, and that would be too bad. So that's what you need to put in your agenda. And then on the 18th, what's mandatory is to be participating in the pitch. Obviously, we need you to be here to answer the questions of the jury on your project. And it's better if you participate in the award ceremony also. So if your team wins and you're not there, that would be too bad, right? So these are the mandatory presence time. The rest of the time, if you're not online with us, but working remotely from your home, or you've already worked on your project and you're taking it a bit slower than some teams, that's up to you. You will receive a detailed calendar of the 16th to 18th real soon, and we'll also update the website within next week with the detailed calendar, so it's clear for you which are the mandatory times, so you can start preparing your calendar for the great eventuality that you get selected into the hackathon. Does that answer your question, Kate? Yes, great. Looking forward to have you there. I have another question. Is there a possibility to develop the solution further with Harvia after the hackathon for winners? Yes, like Paras said, Harvia is reserving the possibility to move forward in developments with the winning team if there is real market potential there and it's relevant to Harvia's business. Yes, very much. That's all we wish for you. Any more questions? If you don't feel like opening a microphone, you can put them in the chat. Do you have any more comments, Paras, on the development and further steps with Harvia?
I think you're right, like you said. So yes, I mean, there's definitely a potential. I mean, if the winning concept is something that we see has the potential to be productized, then definitely we'll look into that.
Great.
There was a question earlier from Aki about suggestions on where to find studies. So we have actually, Aki, so there's quite a bit of information on our website. So harvia.com, if you go there, so that you can find quite a lot of these studies, and actually 1 or 2 videos, also some talks.
Yeah, so there is at least, so in Sweden there is this sauna doctor called Hans Hägglund. So we should, I need to check that if that's now on the health benefits website, but we can deliver the YouTube link where Hans Hägglund is having a very, very extensive kind of a keynote on the health benefits of sauna. So that's a source of information as well.
Yeah, that's a very good comment. from Hacky. What we also have is on Ultrahack's website where you can register to the challenge. There is a resource text in the challenge description when we go through everything related to the challenge. So there's resources there. And once Päivi has found that link, we'll add it also in that resource section. So just go there and check the resources. You'll find extra information.
Yeah, so we can provide. So there are quite a few of these doctors and sauna experts. This Hans, what Päivi mentioned. There's this, I think, Finnish guru Jari Laukkanen.
Yeah, Jari Laukkanen.
Jari Laukkanen. He has done, I mean, long studies on this. There's one doctor from America, Dr. Rhonda Patrick. So she has done. So we can provide some of those links under this Ultrahack resources.
Please, perfect. That would be amazing. And thank you for bringing it up. Very relevant question. Any other questions or concerns? No? Okay, well, if anything pops into your mind, feel free to stop me. We can also have a little time to network and connect you participants and people interested in this challenge. So if some of you are currently in the quest of finding a team, feel free to open your microphone, introduce yourself quickly, maybe present briefly what you're thinking about developing during the hackathon. So the other participant of that webinar can get their eyes on you and get you in their team, or on the contrary, you can get people in your team. Anyone is interested?
Sorry, interested in?
Introducing yourself to the rest of the webinar participants so they know who you are and can contact you more easily. So you would join their team and participate in hackathon with them.
I can volunteer to break the ice.
That's very nice of you. Thank you.
My name's David. I actually studied at Aalto, and now I live in Berlin. I'm a huge fan of sauna and the whole experience, not just the equipment or the steam, I suppose. I'd be very open and happy to meet people and chat with anyone.
Thank you, David. So if you want a sauna fan, an experienced, knowledgeable person, probably reach out to David. So you had someone on your team who knows what a good sauna is. Anyone else probably looking for a team, or that has an idea that needs some people or anything like that, and you want to take this opportunity to start networking? I see that we have some previous hackathon participants in the call. I see we have Aisha that was with us on our health and safety monitoring hackathon. So I'm not gonna put you on the spot, Aisha, but I think people should be interested in your profile because her team did super well in the health and safety monitoring deep hack. So this theme is also related to health, so probably a participant to keep an eye on if you want a dream team.
Yeah, thanks for that. We're also excited about this topic. So let's see what we can do, what we can think of.
I don't remember what your background was. Do you mind introducing
I have
yourself?
a background in design and also in psychology.
Great, thank you. I see that we also have Lauri, who participated in our previous hackathon as well. That's great to see that you guys are coming back to this related topics.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, very interesting topic as I'm Finnish myself, and I was teaming up with Aisha before, and Aisha was also living in Finland for some time. So we have some experience in sauna, so very interesting topic. Looking forward.
And we are looking forward to see what you come up with. Do we have some other hackathon regular participants, so people who know or have joined a hackathon before that could be good, reliable members for potential teams that don't know too much about hackathon? Probably some startups or companies that are not used to participate in hackathon could use your expertise of hackathon. Anyone whose profile that fits? Okay, maybe not. If you guys are not feeling chatty, I'm not gonna keep you on the line any longer. We are done with all the information. And have a good day. Thank you for joining this webinar, and I really look forward to reading your project descriptions and seeing what you guys come up with and see your teams. Maybe Sippo, you wanted to say something? I see you tried to open your microphone. If you're trying to speak, Sippo, we can't hear you. Something might be wrong. Feel free to type it in the chat and I can read it out loud if you're having technical struggles. Okay, thank you everyone. And feel free to drop out. I'll keep the line open for people who want to network in a smaller group who are feeling a bit shy. But this is all for today. Have a good day, everyone.
Oh, sorry.
Yes,
I
David?
realized that there's the submissions and you can choose one to join, right?
Yeah, indeed.
Usually you can invite people via when they have already signed up on the platform.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Very good point. Thank you, Anastasia. Bye. Thank you, Aki. Goodbye, David. Goodbye, Aisha. Thank you, Mika, for participating. Thanks, Kate. Thank you for the question.